Good morning YouTube. It's a Sunday morning and what a beautiful morning it is after 2 days of rain, which was cold rain to be fair, very cold, but it hasn't done much damage here at all. Hope it hasn't done anybody else too much damage, but the ground is, you can hear everything growing this morning. So just a quick update, I'll try not to be too long. There's my long carrots, they're coming along nicely, and next to them is the long parsnips, they're growing well, and I've got some long radish there, but I see that they're going to seed, so that hasn't worked out. And they are also covering the long carrots that I've got in this one, so yep, they'll have to come out. Yep, you try these things and they don't work, so that's how it is. If I spin you around slowly, celery, it's looking well. Little bit of lettuce there which desperately needs thinning out. Those are my late potatoes. They must be 3 foot tall now. They're looking well. The ones that are in flower are Blue Danube, the first early main crop, and they look lovely, they do. Lovely flower on them. Second earlies and new potatoes there. The rain knocked those down a little bit in the centre, but they're okay. There is a show further on down the lane, so you might hear some cars and the tannoy a bit later, so I'm trying to do the video before the tannoy starts up. They're beautiful flowers. Blue Danube, Picasso, usually a huge canopy on those, and hopefully a good big potato. And those are Enya on the end there. Second early salad potato. I'll keep picking the asparagus bed. I'll pick some more this morning for dinner today. Dahlias are doing well, coming up nicely. Should I take the tops out of those? I see an old video of somebody taking all the tops out. It's their first year for me from tubers. If anybody can let me know. Sunflower challenge. Got some growing there, different varieties. Hopefully they'll be above the potatoes soon. And one or two more there. And also along there. Sweet corn, I put my sweet corn in. That's romped away since I put it in. Some people might say that's too close, some people say 1.5 foot. I disagree. If your ground's good and fertile, they'll grow. They're about 11 inches apart. Two varieties there, and we'll see how they go compared to how some people put them in about 1.5 foot apart. I think they'll be alright. That's how I usually do them, and I usually get a good crop. Never get 3 cobs, usually on average 1.5. Some produce 2, some don't. Outdoor tomato, I think that's Crimson Blush, that one. That one didn't get frosted, that's looking good. Cucumbers, outdoor, going to train them of that obelisk. Squashes and pumpkins, just starting to get them to train up. I want them to go over, hopefully they will. Jerusalem artichokes, They're growing well. 3 pots of those. And some more squashes there. Here we have sweet peas, Hilda's mix. So if you are watching, Andy, thank you very much. They're lovely. We keep cutting them every day now, and the house smells absolutely beautiful. Got another batch over there. So yep, those good strong plants. Very, very pleased with them, Andy. Thank you very much. Some more squashes and pumpkins in there. Courgettes hardening off in there. Leeks, they're going to go in later today. And got some spinach there and some spring onions. Spinach, I'm picking a lot of spinach every day, keeping it to keep the plants small. I expect when the hot weather does come, they'll bolt. Definitely a early and late crop, the spinach. Thank you for the information, Terry, on the beet leaf miner. I took every leaf off that I could find, and then I went through all the leaves and found all the eggs underneath, and can't find any now. I'm not saying I've eradicated it, but it was also on my beetroot and my rhubarb chard as well as the spinach. So I've taken them all off, and hopefully that'll help. Lettuce, keep taking the outer leaves off that, but I think they'll soon succumb to the warmer weather, I think. Parsnips, thinned them this morning. I have had a mole problem. The mole is no longer here, so I've thinned the parsnips. I didn't want to thin them because I didn't know how many he might ruin. Celeriac, that's looking well and nice. The banana shallots, the seed heads will be opening soon on those. Carrots, we'll just show you inside the carrot bed. Bear with me 1 second. As you can see, the rows of peas that I sowed, that I wasn't going to sow, have all come up. They're looking good. Direct sowing. Been very lucky with direct sowing here. Carrots. Well, you can't see the carrots, but they are in there. Watering's a nightmare, as you can imagine. Takes me a while, but I take my time. Not watering it too much now, letting it dry out so they go deeper. But if the tops are anything to go by, I'm very pleased with those. Garlic, some people are pulling theirs. Just going to leave mine a little bit longer, probably till the 3rd week in June, but see how they go. They're still looking quite green. I haven't had a root around on those at all yet underneath, so it'll be a surprise to me as to you when I harvest them what they come up like. That's the elephant garlic, if I can get in close enough. Huge stems on them. Doesn't mean anything though, just because they've got big stems. Outdoor tomatoes. I think I might have put them too close, but they do look well. I've strung them up. Yeah, I'm excited about them. Never been able to grow outdoor tomatoes, and these Crimson Crush should be good. Now the one that got frosted, well, they all got frosted the first lot. I planted the one that looked the best, and wow, doing well. The one next to it is one that I hadn't planted out. They were both sown at the same time, and apart from the leaves on the bottom, they both look the same. In fact, the one that was frosted looks a little bit stronger. So that's a surprise. That the cucumber there hardening off. I put them in the shelter at night. Another courgette hardening off. Those sweet peas, absolute picture. How beautiful is that? Yeah, no green fly on them. Perhaps I should have kept my mouth shut. French beans on the left. They're climbing up. And the runner beans on the right. Looking well. Flower buds on them already, low down. These will produce side shoots. My runner beans, if you saw me planting them out in root trainers, you saw the root system on them. If you can get a real good strong root system on them, they'll put 4 or 5 stems out from one plant rather than just 1 or 2. That's my theory. It seems to work. I've only got 10 plants of each, but that'll be more than enough for the wife and I, because they produce so many stems. You will not see any of these posts later on in the season, not at all. Dwarf French beans, they're slow growing, but growing they are, and they look well. Mange 2. Now last year I grew the same variety, Snow Wind I think it's called, and it never grew any higher than that. This year it's that high, what's that, 2 foot, and there's no flowers on it yet, and I haven't put my support high enough, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Obviously a build up of fertility, the more compost you put on every year. Late sown beans, I've kept in control of the black fly. I'm very pleased. I've been very vigilant this year. I've taken the tops out of the taller ones, and I'll probably take the tops out of the rest today, but full of flowers. Pollination on these. If you look at the stem on them flowers, there's little marks. Well, some bees, the tongue isn't long enough. Honeybees, the tongue isn't long enough, and they're not strong enough to open the flower to get inside. So they bite the stem at the bottom, and that's how they get the nectar out. Now, I'm pretty sure that also helps the pollination, but that's how they get the nectar out. And you can see where those teeth marks are, where they bite into the bottom of the flowers. Peas, they're looking nice. Haven't taken any yet, no, not big enough. Was hoping I might have some for mid-dinner today, but no, not there yet. But don't they look a picture? You can see the peas inside the pod there. And this is greenhurst shaft, and again they never even reached the top of these canes last year, and they're at the top now. They're in flower, hoping they won't grow too much taller because they'll fall over and it does just spoil them a bit. The second half of the row, as you can see, for staggered harvesting is coming on both of those. Like I say, and 2 more rows there. If we get a glut, we'll freeze them, because peas do freeze well. Broad beans, picking those like mad. Those are the autumn sown ones. Lovely crop off them. I have had a harvest this morning. I was out in the garden at 5 o'clock this morning. I think it's about 9:15 now. 9:30, something like that. I haven't had my breakfast yet. Radish there coming out. There's not very big them. I think I sowed them too close together. And they don't get much sun underneath these trees. The trees are a nuisance. But crops that don't like too much sun, lettuce and that's where I tend to grow them. That's the harvest I've had this morning. No, you can't beat that. I've had 1 turkey egg, 3 hen eggs, and you can see the rest there. Strawberries are coming thick and fast. Turnips, they're beautiful. You don't want them any bigger than that. They're absolutely as tender as can be. And of course sweet peas for the wife. As you can see, the strawberries are all coming on well. There's a lot under there, a lot. I've had to put the mesh on because of the blackbirds. It's usually the fledglings that take the strawberries, so my dad always says. These were my runners from last year. They're only 1 year old, these, and as you can see, they're producing some good strawberries as well. I noticed there are some runners coming on them. I'm going to leave them and take some plants off these again. I want as many strawberry plants as possible because I am expanding into the lawn over there to the side of the square for next year. This area isn't big enough for what I want to do. It is 15 meters long by about 10, just under 10 I think. And when you take into consideration the paths, I've got a lot in here, but yeah, there's some other things I want to do, so I will be expanding before next spring. Like I say, the mole's gone, so the onions are picked up because the mole was going underneath them, and with the blackbirds, after the worms, they were knocking me onions when they were small all over the place. But the blackbirds have fledged now, and the mole has gone. So yep, onions are looking better now. These are all sown from seed. They're looking well. And the banana shallots, they've taken a bit of a hammering. I think there'll be a few odd shapes, but that's gardening. These are my heat treated onions sets, and 2 have gone to seed, and they're heat treated. One there. I left these on because I wanted to show you, and they're Red Ray, is it? I think, I can't remember the name now. I must label things next year as a promise, so as I can tell people what varieties are as I'm going around. And as you can see from the shallots, seed heads on those as well. Not all of them, but quite a few, so that's a bit disappointing. And also disappointing with the seed heads on the heat treated onions. I'll take those off now that I've shown you, but I did want to just put that on camera. Try not to keep you much longer. Some more banana shallots, they're red ones. Brassicas. Yeah, brassicas look great. They're red ones. You can see the size of those leaves there. They're huge, like tennis rackets. Cabbage on the far side. Sorry, cauliflower on the far side. Broccoli in the middle, and greyhound on this side. I put a lot more in last year and they were too cramped, so in that area there I've only got 12. Turnips, sorry, tweed, they're doing okay, they're coming on nicely. Wind rocks a couple of them about and they're struggling to get going, but on the whole they're doing quite well. Spring onions, they're the ones I sowed myself. They're about the only lot that did any good. And then I sowed some outside, and you know the germination problem I had. Outside, they've all come. Can't work it out sometimes. Beetroot. Like I say, I took all the leaves off that had the leaf miner in, and they're looking good now. This rain's really brought them on. Even though I water with rainwater, it does make a difference. And turnips, see them, they're beautiful, beautiful, need picking. I have picked some this morning, but yeah, can't keep on top of it. Time of plenty. Some more beetroot, they're the golden beetroot, not tried those before. And me later sowings of brassicas. They're looking good. I do sow some good, have some good brassicas, and I'm pleased with those because they haven't gone over on their elbows. The stems, they're all strong. Still time, but I will get a stick in them up against the sides of them. Now these here are half tall sprouts, half early tall, and they look pretty tall to me. I went for a shorter variety because of the height of my netting, and it ruined the brassicas last year by being squashed against the roof of the netting. So I'm going to make plans for a bigger net next year, bigger cages somehow. But all the brassicas look well. And some rhubarb chard. If anybody's in doubt about putting horseradish in, 5 years ago I put one small piece in. It's a nightmare, it's all over the place. You can't beat fresh horseradish, but here is going to be a pond, and the horseradish is one reason why that's going to be dug out, to get rid of the horseradish. I've heard somebody recently said that they had it in a pot. Well, I'll try that. I've got some 50 litre pots, so I'll try some in a pot. But be careful where you plant it. The sooner my pond gets dug out, the better. And there's going to be another pond over there where the rhubarb is. But they're plans for the future. They haven't started yet. I'm just waiting on somebody. Many thanks for watching. Hope you all have a lovely weekend, and I'm sure you're all very busy and you're all doing your own harvests. It's a time of plenty, so enjoy it, everybody. Take good care. Many thanks for all your comments. Please like and subscribe. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.